Today, like I did yesterday, Saturday, today, Sunday, I would like to share readings with you on the weekend. And because very dear people to me have lost people that they love with COVID, with heart disease, with various illnesses, I want to read from one of my favorite books in the world is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese poet. And this is one of those books that were I to be stranded on a deserted island, I would want this book with me. So I'm going to read today about death. And he has a unique way of looking at death. It's a way that I also believe it is taking off an old coat. Sometimes it's a relatively new coat. But those that we love, I believe, are as far away as our breath, as every cell. They just are not there to be hugged, but they're there. So from the prophet, then Al-Mitra spoke, saying, we would ask now of death. And he said, you would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl, whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day, cannot unveil the mystery of the light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Let this resound in your heart like a bell. Listen, trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king, whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling? For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. I'm going to continue a little further. And now it was evening, and Almitra the seeress said, blessed be this day and this place and your spirit that has spoken. And he answered, was it I who spoke? Was I not also a listener? Then he descended the steps of the temple, and all the people followed him. And he reached his ship and stood upon the deck. And facing the people again, he raised his voice and said, People of Orphalese, the wind bids me leave you. Less hasty am I than the wind, yet I must go. We wanderers, ever seeking the lonelier way, begin no day where we have ended another day, and no sunrise finds us where sunset has left us. Even while the earth sleeps, we travel. We are the seeds of the tenacious plant, and it is in our ripeness and our fullness of heart, that we are given to the wind and are scattered. I go with the wind, people of Orphalese, but not down into emptiness. And if this day is not a fulfillment of your needs and my love, then let it be a promise till another day. Man's needs change, but not his love, nor his desire that his love should satisfy his needs. Know therefore that from the greater silence I shall return. And I want to find this part. And he goes on speaking to the people at the end of the book, and he says, Fare you well, people of Orphalese, this day has ended. It is closing upon us even as the water lily upon its own tomorrow. What was given us here we shall keep, and if it suffices not, then again we must come together and together stretch our hands unto the giver. Forget not that I shall come back to you. A little while, and my longing shall gather dust and foam for another body. A little while, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me. I'm going to read that again. A little while, and my longing shall gather dust and foam for another body. A little while, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me. I do believe that we come back again and again to keep learning lessons, and that it is the entertainment and the entrainment and the learning and the fascination and the challenge for the human race to keep learning and going forward. Another experience, another coat. And I say to all of you who have lost those you love, they're not there to hug in human form, but they're there. They're part of you. And if it is family, parents, husbands, friends, brothers, we are all part of each other. We are all made of stars. We are all part of the same incredible vibratory fabric. A moment of rest to gather wind and foam, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me. Nothing ends. This that animates us, anima, the Italian, soul, Latin, soul, anima, animate, to animate. What animates this body that we're wearing is our soul, and we're a piece of the larger soul. Nothing is gone. It changes shape. It changes form. But nothing is gone. There is beyond eternity. So to all of you who have lost someone you love, I send my deepest heart and grace and peace and enormous love. Many blessings on your beautiful heads. I will see you all on Monday. Bye.